Hello, Oracles. Well, we got some pretty big news today as Zach Kirkhorn, Tesla's CFO, steps down. Now, he has been with the company for 13 years and has been in this role for 4 of those years. Now, at the beginning of the day, the stock dipped pretty darn hard between that, Elon talking about how he's going to need an MRI and possibly surgery as well. But we did get a very nice recovery over the course of the day. I did end up having my TSLY get triggered at $15. So I added a little bit more there and then just held on for the rest of the day. So we'll get into some more details about all of this in just a minute. All right, so looking at the charts, again, we closed above $250, but down about 1%. So we're still in this downward channel here. Just paying attention to where we go. Volume today, a little bit higher at 110 million shares trading hands, but still relatively low compared to where we were. Again, that is very typical for August. So again, following this downward channel, we're just going to follow it from here. Questions are, the gap below us at 235. Below that is 221.91. We did come down pretty deep in the middle of the day today. Just looking at the hour chart here, again, 3 giant candlesticks just dropping us straight down to start the day. But then we V-bounced out of it and we did not fully recover, but we came back up relatively nicely. In the middle of the day, we hit a low of 242.76. So let me know in the comments below if any of you guys added on this dip today. I just kept my daily ad at $15, but it added on this dip. So I added relatively low at that $15. Not a huge ad, but still nice to grab the dip. And this is why dollar cost averaging is going to be the best way to grow your wealth over time. Now, if we look at TSLY to see how it trades along with TSLA, again, still in this downward channel here, down 0.83% on the day. And looking at the hourly, basically the same exact flow. 3 giant candlesticks to start the day, and then a bit of a V-bounce and climb back up, closing still lower than the beginning of the day, but a nice recovery. And so looking at the official announcement, Tesla did put out an 8K discussing this, but coming right from Zach Kirkhorn himself, the way I put it was, this is such a positive sign. We've seen other key players that stepped away. We've seen JB Straubel step away. We've seen Andrej Karpathy step away. Tesla has still grown strong since then. Tesla is extremely agile in many ways. They produce amazing products and amazing leaders. Zach is just one of those leaders that they have produced. They will still be able to produce more leaders after him. So Zach here says, this morning Tesla announced that I've stepped down from my role as Chief Financial Officer, succeeded by our Chief Accounting Officer, Vaibhav Taneja. Being a part of this company is a special experience, and I'm extremely proud of the work we've done together since I joined over 13 years ago. As I shift my responsibilities to support this transition, I want to thank the talented, passionate, and hardworking employees at Tesla who have accomplished things many thought not possible. I also want to thank Elon for his leadership and optimism, which has inspired so many people. And here we are looking at Vaibhav's resume. So he is currently the chief accounting officer. So it's not like he's from outside the company. It's not like he is new to this. He is very familiar with the accounting that goes on at Tesla. So for him to go in and take over these responsibilities is a relatively seamless transition. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of things that he needs to learn that he does not currently know, but at least he's very familiar with a significant piece of what he is taking on. And now Elon did post out, I would like to thank Zach Kirkhorn for his many contributions to Tesla over the course of 13 often difficult years. Much appreciated and best wishes for the next stage of his career. And now, of course, this is the same thing we have also seen from JB Straubel and from Andrej Karpathy when they left. No bridges were burned here. It's leaving on good terms. It is very hard and stressful to work for Tesla. Elon is balls to the wall, nonstop, all day, every day. He expects and demands a lot from his people, and they give it. But it does cause a bit of burnout. We don't have the exact reasons as to why Zach is stepping down from this role, and who knows if we are ever going to find out that information. I'm sure over time we will, but there are no bridges burned here. And again, Tesla has been able to grow after losing key players many times in the past, and they will continue to do so moving forward. And again, this is probably why we saw a bit of a bounce in the stock price today, coming down and coming back up. This has happened before. It'll happen again, I have no doubt. So overall, this is not something that I am horribly concerned about. And now other news that bears and Tesla Q are just loving to spread right now. Elon posts out yesterday about the fight between him and Mark Zuckerberg. Exact date is still in flux. I'm getting an MRI on my neck and upper back tomorrow. May require surgery before the fight can happen. We'll know this week. So the pieces that people will get out of this are, why is Elon even fighting Zuckerberg? This is just a silly stunt. It is way too dangerous. He shouldn't be doing that in the role that he is in. Other people's concerns are, ooh, an MRI on your neck and your upper back. What's going on? Surgery? Oh my goodness, surgery is not a good thing. What can happen? All these negative things and people thinking the absolute worst all along the way are going to come out and spook the market. I have no doubt that played a little bit of the role in the sell off this morning. However, I think the majority of the sell off was because of the Zach Kirkhorn news. So when it comes to Elon and the surgery, he said we'll find out this week. He'll let us know. Again, we're on this downtrend right now when it comes to the charts. So every little piece of news that's going to come out almost seems like it's kind of like a short attack that's coming in here trying to drive us down. But as we've said before, when it comes to low volume in August, we may see spikes one way or the other, but it could be short lived just because the volume is so low. So just like today, saw that sharp sell off, but we rebounded very quickly. With a low volume, it doesn't take a lot of buyers coming in to push the stock price back up again. So we may just continue this downward trend. Elon may come out later this week saying, yes, I do need surgery. Oh, that could spook the market a little bit more. But we may also get the news about a Cybertruck delivery event that comes out. So we could be getting good news that balances bad news, but which one's going to weigh heavier than the other? So again, this month here, who knows what's going to happen. Now we're also getting CPI data that comes out this week. And currently the year over year forecast is going up to 3.3%, whereas last month we actually came in at 3%. So, last month we did see gas prices going up. We've seen other costs going up. So it is a bit of expected to see this going up a little bit month over month. So where the Fed does want to see these numbers coming down to that 2 to 2.5% level, going back up is not a good thing. So we're, again, as the Fed says that they've got two sets of data coming in before the next FOMC meeting. If we see data with the inflation going up, that might scare the market, and the market might start pricing in another 25 basis point hike. And when you look at the month over month data, this is more important right now. Last month we had a 0.2%. This month we're forecast at another 0.2%. However, there's rumors out there circulating that we might see a 0.5%. That 0.5% could be what spooks the market because you don't want to see inflation jump up that much on a month over month basis. Seeing it tick up a little bit year over year, not too bad because last year we were coming down at this time. So not horrible, but the month over month, we want to keep it around that 0.1 to 0.2% level. So seeing a 0.2 would be perfectly fine. Seeing a 0.5 could be ugly. And now core, of course, is more important because this is what the Fed can control. And this has been the part that is much stickier. So the forecast is for it to come down 0.1% to 4.7%, but that is still really high. So again, the Fed wants this to come down. We've seen the housing market start to come down slightly, but nothing significant. It's in very specific areas that we're seeing it come down, not really on a national level. So that's a big piece that still needs to come down, and it's coming down ever so slowly. And looking at core on a month over month basis at 0.2%, where last month we were also at 0.2%, is also significant. So again, if we can keep these month over month numbers in line, could be very good for the Fed to look at them and say, you know what, we can stay with a pause and do not need to raise anymore. So I'm really going to be focusing on these month over month numbers when it comes to both core and headline. So overall, again, we did see that sell off early. Some people took advantage of buying that dip, and then we saw that V bounce and come back up. So nice to see us closing over 251. I'm still going to be following this downward trend that we are on. Payouts for TSLY are next Monday. So if we continue to pull down, just means that we're going to end up lowering our cost basis depending on where you bought into TSLY. For me, I would be lowering my cost basis. So things to pay attention to. And then again, the CPI data this week is going to be important to follow just to see on a macro level where we're going to be reacting. Wait to see what Elon says about his MRI. That could be another piece that could move the stock. And then who knows what else comes up? Obviously, the Zach Kirkhorn thing today was totally unexpected. So who knows what other unexpected news on the good or bad side could potentially pop up for Tesla this week. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support. Have a great one.